So you're forming an LLC in 2025 and you're trying to decide between ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands. Well, in this video, I'm going to break down what ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands actually do, how both their pricing and features compare, and which one's going to give you the most value based on your goals. So that said, let's dive in and start off with what ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands do. Well, both ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands are going to help you set up an LLC online, but what they focus on is quite different. ZenBusiness is all about getting your business formed and staying legally compliant with real human support and affordable pricing. Tailor Brands, on the other hand, is more focused on branding, offering logos, websites, design tools alongside your LLC formation. So while they both help you start a business, they're serving pretty different needs. Getting specific and diving into the key features, with ZenBusiness, you'll be able to file your LLC in all 50 states. So this includes status tracking and alerts with clear upfront pricing. You'll be able to get a registered agent for your company. This costs $199 per year and is not included in the free starter plan, but is bundled in later on. And for the first year is reduced to $99 per year. You'll be getting annual compliance reminders included on some of their higher tier plans, which we'll talk about shortly, which will help you stay in good standing with your state. Additionally, on those higher tier plans, you'll get an operating agreement and EIN, which are essential for running your business and being, in good legal standing. You'll get BOI filing, which is available as a 2025 add-on to meet those new federal requirements. For a lot of companies, this no longer is relevant, but if it is for you, good to know they have it. And they've got fully US-based customer support, which has currently brought them in a 4.8 star average rating from over 20,000 Trustpilot reviews. Now, with Tailor Brands, on the other hand, you're going to get that same LLC filing in all 50 states with some add-ons. Once you get that LLC formed, you're going to pay extra for things like EIN, compliance, and a registered agent, which with ZenBusiness may be bundled in. However, what is going to be included with Tailor Brands is branding tools. So they've got a logo maker, a website builder, social media tools, which can be great for you if you are building a brand, if you're a content creator, or if you're somebody that needs kind of that all-in-one branding suite built in when you're starting your business. Similarly to ZenBusiness, they run on an annual subscription model, so most services are going to renew every year automatically. But pricing isn't fully shown up front, so you're going to need to complete a quiz before you can see your full package details with Tailor Brands, because they're going to ask a bunch of questions that are going to determine what services you actually need and could benefit from, build you out a little bit more of a custom package. With Tailor Brands, though, you are going to be looking at more limited support. So support is mostly going to be self-service, and the reviews on that are a little bit mixed. So there's complaints about billing clarity, post-purchase help. So that is something to consider. Now, with both services, there are some things that are new this year, and so I want to highlight those briefly. First, with ZenBusiness, they now have instant filing. So in over 15 states, you can process your LLC filing in one day, which can be pretty beneficial for you if you just want to get up and running right now. They've also got an integration with Novo Bank, which I've made plenty of videos about on the channel. It's a bank that I used for quite a long time. So if you want a business bank account, real easy out of the box, really good way to do that through ZenBusiness. They're also giving you access to a number of business credit tools. So if you are thinking about, getting funding for your company in the future, building up your business credit score, pretty important. You can start building your business credit right after you form your LLC with ZenBusiness. On top of that, if you really do want kind of like an all-in-one solution out of the box, they've got their Money Pro add-on, which provides you with bookkeeping and invoicing features built directly into your dashboard. So ZenBusiness really does shine like if you want that all-in-one, like everything for your business in one spot, and Money Pro is certainly part of that. As mentioned, they also do allow you to file that BOI, which again, most companies at this point aren't going to need it, but if you do, it's there. Now with Tailor Brands, they've got some new things going on as well. They've got an updated dashboard, which is going to streamline your interface for using the platform. They now have an option for you to bundle in your EIN and compliance on their Elite plan, which we'll talk about very shortly. They've got an AI logo animator, which could be interesting for you if you make videos and you want a logo animated intro for content or ads or anything like that. And kind of similarly to Money Pro from ZenBusiness, Tailor Brands has a bookkeeping tool, which you are able to try for free for 30 days. Then it's going to run you $30 per month. They also recently expanded their suite of add-ons. So if you want to access things like business insurance, tax help, legal templates, and more, these are things that you can get through Tailor Brands for additional costs. Speaking of costs, let's talk about the plans and pricing for both of these platforms. Starting off with ZenBusiness, there's 3 different pricing tiers that you'll be looking at. First is their starter plan, which is free, and then you just pay your state filing fees. So with any state, if you want to file an LLC, there's going to be some fees for that to the state, but ZenBusiness isn't taking any money off the top. So with this plan, you're only going to get LLC filing. There's no registered agent or anything else. If you want more things bundled in, that's where you're looking at the Pro plan, which is $199 per year. This will add in your EIN, your operating agreement, and annual compliance reminders to make sure you have everything that you need for your business to be functioning smoothly. If you want a little bit more, they got a premium plan at $299 per year, which adds in a business website, a domain, and an email address. So if you want just kind of an all-in-one, your business is ready to go, that's where the premium plan comes into play. Then if you want to add on a registered agent, it's going to be $99 for the first year, then $199 thereafter. You can add that on with any plan. One important note here, ZenBusiness operates on an annual subscription model, and so most of these services are going to auto-renew unless you cancel them. So if at any point you decide, you're going to close down your business, just make sure that you go through and, account for that with ZenBusiness. Now with Tailor Brands, they have a variety of plans as well. First of which is their light plans. This is going to be very similar to the starter plan from ZenBusiness, where it is $0 plus your state fees. And this is going to be LLC filing only, no registered agent, no EIN, no compliance. Then they've got their essentials plan, which is $199 per year, which adds in your compliance filing, expedited processing, as well as an operating agreement template that you can use to get your business started. If you want a little bit more, they got their elite plan at $249 per year, which is going to add in your EIN, your branding tools, your website, and more. Now, if you don't want to go for the elite plan, but you still want an EIN, they do offer that as a $99 add-on. And then same thing with registered agent. They are going to offer that as a $199 per year, which is also the same price that they charge for annual compliance as an add-on. Now, same disclaimer here, but Tailor Brands, it's a subscription model, so you just want to make sure that when those annual renewals come up, you are still paying for the things that you're actually using, and you're not just subscribed to stuff that you don't want. Let's dive into the pros and cons to make it extremely clear. With ZenBusiness, on the pro side of things, you've got very transparent pricing with no surprises. It's very clear cut, depending on what you want, which package you need, it's going to be very clear. They've got strong compliance tools and a really solid dashboard, making it really easy for you if this whole process feels a little bit overwhelming, a little bit intense. ZenBusiness is going to make it feel a lot easier. They've got that EIN and operating agreement included on their lower tier plans that you would have to go to with Tailor Brands. They've got human customer support as well as a reliable reputation, which is pretty big. If you're starting your business somewhere, you want to make sure that company's going to be around for a long time and is going to be able to support you when questions come up. They've also got that BOI filing service as well as those optional bookkeeping tools. And they've got a great reputation with over 20,000 reviews and a 4.8 average rating on Trustpilot. But it's not all sunshine and roses. On the con side of things, the starter plan is going to lack a registered agent. Again, that's because you're not actually paying ZenBusiness any money. It's just the state filing fees, so ZenBusiness is basically just helping you out kind of for free. Additionally, the premium plan is going to include extras that you might not need all of them. And the annual subscription, it's going to renew if you don't cancel it, so you got to make sure that you're paying for what you need. With Tailor Brands, when it comes to the pros, it's going to be really good for creators or personal brands, people that are making a lot of content and want, a professional looking brand to go along with that. That's because they combine both your business setup and branding tools all in one. They've also got a very modern, easy to use dashboard, pretty comparable to ZenBusiness in that respect. And they've got bookkeeping, taxes, and marketing add-ons available for you. So if you do want to do everything all in one, you can. Now, on the con side of things, the pricing is a little bit unclear and potentially upsell heavy. Again, you do have to go through that survey. So they give you some pricing and then that's going to determine what you pay. But there are a lot of potential upsells you can run into and will be continued to get marketed. Speaking of, the registered agent and the EIN are going to cost extra. And so it's not necessarily the ideal solution if you only want the legal setup and not branding. There's going to be more cost-effective ways for you to get that. Additionally, their light plan does have a pretty slow turnaround and customer support is pretty limited and has received, mixed reviews. So all that said, which one's going to be better for you? Well, if you're looking for a reliable, cost-effective way to form an LLC and stay compliant, ZenBusiness probably going to be the better overall value in 2025. Just know that your full cost might include that registered agent service if you want it, as well as, an ongoing subscription that you'll want to be mindful of. On the other hand, if your priority is launching a brand presence with a business website, logos, content tools, and you're okay, again, with that subscription model, Tailor Brands could be a better fit. Just make sure you're reading the fine print and you know exactly what you're paying for. Now, you'll find links to the best available pricing for both ZenBusiness and Tailor Brands in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.